and we'll kind of go through some background of how involved he's been in the actual student loan situation that we have now, and then him coming in. And the actual thing right now, the loose plan, we might get into more details of it, is he capped it at, if for a single person, if you're a single borrower of money and you owe amount to a certain amount, there's going to be an application process for you to qualify for it, and $10,000 if you have under $125,000 salary or annual income. I think that is pre-tax, right?
Yeah, because it even says in the document that you have to pay taxes on there. It's taxable income technically.
Okay. So there's
yeah.
So that's there, and then it's 250,000, I think, for couples. If you're earning less than that, you qualify for 20,000, I think, in debt forgiveness. So I think if it's just one person that has the debt, I think it just comes out of that one person, but that household would qualify for that. And then if you have Pell Grants, which is a system that for even lower income people who are identified through this government program that to be even in more need, this is their parents are in poverty, they come from whatever is defined as poverty in those states or sectors, they get extra defense. So I think with them, even if you have that you're still under $125,000, but you got a Pell Grant because you were in poverty, I think you qualify for $20,000 as a single person. Now, I don't know if there happens to be two people who qualified for Pell Grants and they are making under 250,000, they might get the 40,000. So that's the general idea of it. And now there's also some other schemes and plans in this where they're saying they want to drop down I think the forgiveness, no, they want to drop down the maximum rate of interest you have to pay for a certain amount of time after you graduate to 5%. Some of them is up to 15%. These things we'll talk about this as we get to it, because this is like it's a boondoggle. It started once the state got involved in it, it mutated the system, and it just created a crap situation all around. So they want to cap it at 5% and then have a forgiveness plan that happens, I think, after you've been paying for 20 years or something. And of course, when you go to work for the government, there's more incentives again for attracting people from certain jobs with certain debts and things like that into the government, because when you work for the public sector, there's more robust forgiveness kind of programs, because I guess it wasn't bad enough that they take money that's taxed from the private sector and then they pay it into the schools to pay those salaries, and then you get the loan from those public sector things. And then once you get that debt and you're paying back to the public sector off the tax money that you're doing, you're getting a salary from the tax stations already. And then some of that salary is going back to pay the debt. And then after you've been paid by tax money, then they say, okay, we have more tax money than you accrued debt on. It's so ridiculous. It's just like, I don't know what to do.
Well, what you're describing essentially is a shell game. For those who don't know, it's the whole thing where you put things under the shells and shuffle them around. But it's the same thing. It's like money here, money there, money here, money there. But it's like you're just shuffling debt and spending around.
This is fucking crazy design. Thank you for listening. This has been a clip from an actual longer recording that I'll try to leave a link to on the screen or somewhere around here where you're listening to this.
Presents. 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 Presents.
Peasants.
Okay. Okay.